Yeah, folks, how we doing? Welcome back to me, Scott Talks MUFC. How we doing? Hope we're all having a good week. We're finally getting over what happened on Monday. Monday. Yeah, that was, to be fair, I'm still shocked the way we played. But that was Monday. We got a big game coming up on Sunday away at West Ham, I was going to say, at Aston Villa. Big game. They're on one hell of a run. I think they've only lost one in the last 10 or 11, which is some going for Aston Villa to say that they were languishing in the bottom three at the start of the season, and everyone was getting excited and saying that the manager's number one for the chop. And it just shows to put a few wins together and everything changes. But not only have they put a few wins together, they're storming at the table. In fact, they're they're third in the league. In fact. They're third in the league. So we've got them on Sunday. Now, under this manager, a lot of records have been broken. A lot of records, both home and away. I feel our long-standing record on Sunday will go as well. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Now, that record is we've not lost at Villa Park. Is it since 1995? Is it as way back as that? I mean, I've been trying to look through all the memorabilia, all the clips, and I can't find anything. So the only one I can find the only one I keep getting back to is the one in 1995 when Alan Hansen made that famous statement, "You don't win anything with kids." And how wrong was he? But we're far away from that team. Never mind the team, the manager. Even the manager's not got direction. Forget the management. The board haven't got direction. The board, Gleneos, they're all just lost. They're all just like rabbits in headlights. They really are, honestly. I mean, okay, since Sunday, I don't know if anyone's seen the little bits that have been coming out, how Bruno was storming around the pitch because he was so disgruntled at the 4-4 draw. Well, I've picked the bones out of them, that game, and I've gone over it, and I'm having a lot of, I call it banter, but I'm upsetting a lot of fans out there, especially the Bruno lovers, who are giving me pelters and hell. But listen, the whole thing's all about opinions. It's all about opinions, your opinion, my opinions. We don't always have to agree. Now, if you've got an opinion to say Bruno's world class, I have to respect that. Whether I agree with you or not, I respect it. That doesn't mean I need to believe that he's world class. That's because that's my opinion. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's world class, but I do think what happened on Monday post the game, and it's just odd that this after the game or Tuesday, we got all these little snippets and murmurs with what Bruno had said when he went back home on the recent international break. I've said it from day one. Not getting rid of Bruno is going to cost the manager the job. And I still believe that. Because the manager didn't show the bottle when he needed to. There's no point asking a board. This board is useless. This board is hiding behind the manager. They're hiding behind the manager, so they're never going to make a decision for him because they ain't got it. I mean, God, how inept does it show our board is? If Bruno, because what it's been linked apparently that Bruno went and spoke to the board or something along the lines, if you don't want me, I'm going to go. Who the hell does he think he is? He's not Lionel Messi that can make these kind of comments, or Cristiano the GOAT. You know, these are two people I can make an exception for, but it's Bruno flipping Fernandes. And I'm sick and tired of all the XGs and the goals and assist nonsense. Like I keep saying, how many things? Right, this season alone, the reason I'm picking on this season because it's fresh in people's memory. How many times has he left the runner go? In fact, if you look back at Monday, we've just come out second half. He was caught in no man's land. From a throw-in, he was caught in no man's land. 2 passes, goal. He was at fault. he was big time at fault. Then comes the free kick. He lost the ball in the first place. He lost the ball that they ran right through. Listen, we don't have a midfield to start with. So when your midfield genius, as these Bruno lovers think he is losing the ball willy-nilly, they're just going to come straight at us. Like, that's why our games, we are conceding so many goals, because we don't have a midfield in our defences. You breathe on them and they fall over. As case in point, when the guy elbow barged Luke Shaw and he almost put him into the corner flag, and that was from the halfway line. Either way, it resulted in a goal to the team. So if you look at, so he was all at sea for the second goal. He gave the ball away for the third goal, and then he was standing in the wall, and had he stayed tight next to Cunha, next to the wall, the ball would have hit them. But no, they've split. The ball's gone right past him. So he was at fault for that one, and he lost the ball for the third one. So 3 goals he caused, yet no one has picked up on it. No one's gone on about it. They're all gone about that free kick that he scored. Listen, I'm not bothered that he can score a free kick. If he was more concentrated, and I've said this time and time again, it's all about the Bruno show. It doesn't matter what. He's at fault for the goals, but he'll just do that. Give it everyone else, because it's never his fault. It's never his fault. It's always, I scored that free kick. Listen, if you tracked your man, if you did something, Casemiro ain't getting booked. Number 1. Number 2, we would just hold the ball better. So when you do something good, the negative doesn't outweigh the good. Now everyone's going on about this free kick and how his XGs and things like that, and he's world class. He ain't world class. I'm under no illusion. This guy is not world class. Now this term world class is given out way, way, way too easily. The only genuine people I think are world class right now are still the same too. It's Messi and Ronaldo. No one's really come on and taken that mantle on. Yeah, there was Luis Suarez and Neymar, but they've sort of disappeared, and yet the GOAT and Messi are still racking in the figures, racking in the goals, blasting the stats. They're 2 players that never goes on about the stats, because they do their talking on the pitch. They don't leave it for the next man, because they leave it all on the pitch. And even if they do talk off, who cares? They can back it up. Even at this age, they're backing up. Their figures are absolutely crazy. But yet Bruno thinks he's elevated in that conversation, in that bracket of our conversation. He's not. He's not even in the same bracket. He's not even the best Premier League midfielders. I mean, better midfielders than him in the last 5 years. KDB, Jordan Henderson, Declan Rice. Did you know the guy, what's he called, the guy at City, Rodri? And then you're stumbling on to Bruno, and even then, I'm not going through all of them. That's just, there's Odegaard. So that one's just come to mind. Do you know, it's just crazy how this guy thinks he's better than all them, because if they were in the same team, they're all getting in the team ahead of him, whether it's at number 10 or he's not a midfielder. I don't know what he is. Yeah, the one thing he's always been, he runs a lot. Is it productive though? That's the question you need to ask, because it's not productive as far as I'm concerned. And again, people are thinking I'm always picking. I'm not, and I'm not. He's not a complete midfielder, and he's not a number 10. He's too slow. He's not skillful enough. I mean, I see a number 10 like Rooney. That's a number 10 for me. Someone like Rooney. And if you're comparing, who you compare, Cunha's a perfect number 10. I think in our squad right now, he's the perfect number 10. He's got that. And if it's not him, it's Ahmad. Ahmad's wasted at right wing back. Absolutely wasted. Now, okay, I'm not going to go back into it, but if you've not seen it, just please look at the clips that have happened post the match with him kicking the ground and moaning, ranting and raving. To be fair, has he pushed himself out the door in January? If the AFCON players weren't going to the AFCON, I think that may well have been the case. But the other thing is, I'm hearing murmurs that the management are okay with Bruno saying all the things that he said. That's what I mean. They're just like poodles. They are poodles, and they've got a Labrador dictating to them. It's ridiculous. They need to, if he was a Labrador and he goes to the board, they need to react like flipping Rottweilers and put him back in his place. But they're too scared to say anything just in case he gets upset. Who cares? The club, Roy Keane died for this club. Laid his soul for the club. Bare. All the injuries he took, all for the club. And the bottom line was the club was bigger than Roy Keane. If it was bigger than Roy Keane, it's flipping damn sure bigger than him. Because Bruno's not even in that bracket. He's not even in that conversation. Never mind bracket. Yeah, moving on. I don't want to make it the Bruno show. But the other thing we've been getting, I don't know if you're following what this press are saying. Apparently on Sunday, we're going to go play 4-3-3. So he kicks the can. It's just kicking the can further and further away. I mean, it's just, do you know the formation doesn't make anything because you need to have the players to play in the formation. Yeah. No, we've got no wingers because Ahmad's gone. There's no one else to play a winger, so you probably have to go 4-4-2. So for the 50 games or 60 games that he's rigidly stuck to his formation, 3-4-3, and it's failed miserably. Let's make no mistake, it's failed miserably. Case in point, the 4 goals we leaked, and this is playing with 5 plus Casemiro at the back. We're shipping in goals like the Titanic. Yeah, and all the manager talks about is attack, attack, attack. So you flipping defend out. Defence out. And you know, I've not even touched on it. We almost lost our record on Monday night because they had 2 great chances in injury time. Both fell to David Brooke, and luckily they were straight at Lamans and he saved them both. Otherwise, our record from 1984 would have gone, and I am under no illusion this will be gone under this management, as well as not playing a homegrown player in the team from decades. It will go under this manager. On top of that, I'm really scared if we lose our record at Villa because all these records that we've set over the years, they mean nothing. We're a laughing stock. And I keep saying, we're going to stay a laughing stock because the change that needs to happen to the top, then the board, then the management, because they're all dire. They're just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Right, moving away from that, we're now getting linked to, it was always going to be the case, Semenya. As soon as AFCON, it would have all been about Semenya. Now we played Bournemouth and he played quite well, to be fair. Semenya, talk. We're not getting Semenya. Not January, not in the summer. Why? He's not daft enough to come to Man United. The only way we're getting Semenya if we have a new manager and the new manager brings him in, because it's not happening under this manager. Guaranteed. And even if you do, if he comes in, well, what is he? Because he's not a wing back. He's a striker stroke winger. So everything's just round holes, square holes, round pegs. Everything is just screaming out of that, and it's just sheer sign of desperation. And now this stems from the top because of bad management there. It's all filtered down the likes of the Wilcox, the Paradas. They're useless. They're absolutely pointless. They just talk and do gibberish. Again, they're just a front for the real Glenios. Now, I have no sympathy for Glenios, none whatsoever. I'm actually getting more and more angry, and I'm hoping come the Newcastle game, Boxing Day, we really go at them, really go at the owners, because to be fair, if we get done over, we will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to that game as well, so it'll be a nice change. But again, I only go to see. I only go for the atmosphere because it's not about the game. The football, other than Monday, the football's been turgid. It's been absolutely. We've got no style of play. We've got no rhythm. It's just pass side. We're like crabs, back just halfway line back to the goalie. Not actual proper possession of playing, penetrating with the ball. It's just dire. It really is dire. Now, the only one player who was doing a bit, and even then he played better on Monday, but he's not been great of late, was Ahmad. I know Brian's been poor since he's won that award. So that's like 6 games he's been poor. But let's not get into that because he's away to the AFCON. It's all about the players who we've got now. Now, I'm hoping the manager, to be fair, I'm hoping he plays it's... God, I've just thought, can you imagine Dalot and Dorgu on the pitch at the same time? That's just asking for trouble. I mean, it really is, because there's no Mazraoui. And if he plays 4 at the back, I don't think he'll play Luke Shaw because he'll be in the middle, so it's going to have to be Dorgu. God, that's just asking. And then you've got Oh God, just thinking of the 4-3-3. So it's going to be, well, I can only see three players. It's got to be Menu, what's he called, Ugarte and Bruno. But it wouldn't surprise me if he shoved in Mount, Ugarte and Bruno, just so he doesn't give Menu minutes. It didn't help Menu's brother coming out and wearing that t-shirt. But to be fair, that's just nothing. It's just a t-shirt. Who cares? It's just a t-shirt. Yeah, he's making. It just so happens it was his brother. I mean, I myself, I've been putting some posts on myself, getting free Kobe. And I've also been putting out videos, manager or Kobe, and it's Kobe every time. And I put a poll on as well, and the poll came back Kobe over the manager. So that tells you where the fans are. They're not with the manager, they're with Kobe, and his treatment of Kobe is questionable at best. But leading into Sunday, big game. I mean, the crazy thing is, are we playing well? I don't think we are. We're just grinding out results, and we're getting a lot of luck. Okay, we were lucky against Crystal Palace, and we were lucky in the reason because they had Europa League on the Thursday, and they came into Sunday and they tied. They could have been 4-0 up in the first half. City went to town and they beat them 3-0 the other day as well, but they could have been 4-0 down as well. But again, when they tired and they made some mistakes and they didn't take the chances, just like same against us. So Crystal Palace are a funny team, so I don't want to really get into that. Either way, we stolen a result there. That's because they helped us. Wolves, that's a terrible Wolves team. Villa, different ball game. They're going to be going for the jugular. They really are. They're going to be up and at us. Now, given that we've only kept, in my head, I think the only clean sheet we've kept is the one against Sunderland. So that's one clean sheet all season, is it? What does that tell you? Does that give you confidence for Sunday? Not me. I'm just hoping that, to be fair, I'm kind of glad Brian's not playing, because I thought he should have been dropped the last couple of games at least. And the manager's not had the cojones to drop him, so now he's not there, so he's going to have to play a different formation. So it could be Cunha, Sesko and Mount. But either way, it'll be interesting. But that'd be my three. I would go with that, just so because I want to play Kobe in the middle. But yeah, they're quite powerful in the middle, so it's going to be interesting on Sunday. I don't want to give a score prediction because either way, I'm not. To be fair, I'm not feeling confident about it. Don't get me wrong. I never go into a game thinking we're going to get beat. I always want to win, and I'll take a win all day long, regardless how we play. It's all about the 3 points. And right now, I mean, God, the points we've lost in this month alone. Had we picked them, we would have been second. And if not second, definitely third. And with some gap between ourselves and the 4th and the 5th place team. That's how consistent we've been inconsistent the whole time this manager's been here. And the 5th, this must be nearing 60 games he's had. And his records, it's not ripping up trees. So, yeah, just be wary what everyone's saying in the press, especially, well, you know, who seems to be spreading the biggest lies that we're linked to this and we're getting this. Let's cut through all that nonsense. Yeah, you'll see we're getting no one. We're not getting Semenya. We can get linked to we're going to get linked to hundreds of players, just like we did last year, but we end up with a Dorgu. Because no genuine world-class player wants to come to United, or someone with decent level of playing football capabilities. And it's almost, just say Ahmad, is not going to leave and come to United, because we struggled last year. Man United are no longer that lure where, oh, it's Man United, let's go. It's just Man United in name, because there is nothing else. There's no performance for the manager, there's no performance on the team, there's nothing the board's offering. Now, I'm still hoping that between now and next year, is it 26 or 27? I can't even remember now. Because I remember when I was looking into all the Glazer stuff back in the Jim Radcliffe stuff. There was a date. It was sometime in February. Was it 26 or 27? I can't remember now. Where they can force the sale. Now I'm still hoping that bears fruit, because the Glazers are a joke. Ineos are just a bigger joke. And the fact that they're still here, we're having to put up with this. Now we as a community, we need to come together and get rid of this. I'm sorry I keep ranting on and raving on about the same thing. It's always about full sail, because we're only going to get better once this management, this leadership is behind us. We need to start to change at the top, change at the board, change at the management. Until that happens, we're going nowhere fast. It's going to be it's a slow burner. And it really is. And I've said this time and time again, until I would love, now I know Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes and some of our other stars from the yesteryears have come out and said a lot of things, but no one has said this, and I'm going to say this again. Sir Alex, please take a stand and say them 4 words. They got to go. Watch the tsunami, watch the fans rise. They will do a Liverpool and get these owners out of here. Up till now, every time something happens, even in the summer, there was going to be protests and things like that. They leaked the Baleba news. They were never going to buy Baleba. That was just to calm the storm. And it did. It went away. They do this time and time again. The last time it rose like this, they brought us Bruno. You know, every time this happens, they just put water on the fire and they do something like get a Bruno. Do you know, they leak the story for Baleba and then not pull through on it, and then it just seems to have washed away. We need to get back in on it. We need this to start again. We need to stay on it now. We cannot afford. Listen, this is going to be another year without any trophies. We might get lucky on in the FA Cup, but is that what we are? We're an FA Cup team. So we're back to where before Fergie started. Now he's been gone 10 years, 10, 12, 13 years, and we're still at the same stage. In fact, we've not progressed at all. David Moyes in his first season finished 7th, I think. And consistently, we've never held our own since then. We've always been up and down. Do you know what? Everyone's talking about other teams. I'm not interested in other teams. We need to look at what we're doing. We need to put the wrongs that we're doing. We need to right them wrongs, and until we just keep papering over the cracks. We really do. Even on Monday, it was 4-4. Again, we're papering over the cracks. Everyone's talking about it was good football, it's good football. You're missing the bigger picture. You're missing the bigger picture, and a perfect case in point. Bournemouth, in injury time, kept the ball, tried in the passed to the players, weaved their magic, trying to get to make a chance. Bruno, or Captain Marvel, he got the ball in his own half and everyone's defending, yet he's hoofed the ball straight back up to the other end. That's my point. That's my point. There is no structure at the top, there's none in there, and there's none on the football field. And don't forget the manager. Right, this is turned into Iran, and they all seem to be turning. Either I need to get more active and start doing dailies, because I don't think there's enough time to get my match preview done. And I try to do a 15-minute preview, but it never happens. It always seems to go longer and longer. So what I'm going to start doing in the new year, I'm going to start cutting it down. I'm going to come on to do a 10-minute a day kind of thing. So hopefully it's just more in tandem than rather than a big half-an-hour rant all in one. But on to the next one. Fingers crossed we win on Sunday. Not holding my breath, but I'll be doing my prayers. Come on, Man United. Stick to what you know. Yeah, let's hope we can do it. And I'll be doing a live right after the game on Sunday. So hopefully I'll see you then. If not, please do log into my YouTube. I'll definitely be doing a match preview, match review after it. So for now, all the best. Have a fantastic weekend, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care. God bless.